going on, guys? It's Bill here from DFS Fantasy Factory. I'm going to be making a video today on the Week 1 tournament strategy and lineup ideas for this week. I haven't made any videos in a while. It's been a little bit since we bought a house last year, and I've been working on that. And now that things have kind of settled down a little bit, I'm going to get back into making videos. I've still been playing a lot of DFS and fantasy football. Last year I actually did pretty well. I got first place in a couple of 40,000 person tournaments. So that was pretty nice, but we're going to get back into giving some fantasy advice. We'll go ahead and jump into this video here. If you guys don't already have Stochastic, they're formerly known as Osmo. It's the #1 DFS player in the world. Their tools are awesome. I came across them like a couple years ago, and it really stepped up my DFS game. My favorite tool from them here is the Boom or Bust tool. It tells you the percent chance that they're going to boom. Have a good week. You can sort it by boom percent and see what players have the best chance to have a boom, to do very well this week is basically what that boom percent is. And Kadarius Toney, he's an interesting one to be up there in the top 6, which I have him in my regular fantasy league. He's only 4,100 salary, so he's very cheap, and he has a very good chance to. That's a pretty solid chance to do very well. He also has a 13% chance to be in the optimal lineup. This column clear over here to the right, that's the most helpful stat on this page. It gives you the percent chance that player is going to be in the #1 optimal lineup. So that's very helpful. They also have this top stack tool here. As you can see, Cincinnati is the #1 chance to be in the optimal lineup top stack. So if you have like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase or T. Higgins or something like that, then you're going to have the best chance to have the top stack and have the best lineup. It has all the teams. I just kind of screenshotted a couple teams just to show you what their tools have. See Baltimore second, the top stack, and then Philadelphia is third. And it shows you their quarterback ownership too in that third column over. Got Cincinnati is 9.3% for Joe Burrow. Baltimore is 4.7 for Lamar Jackson. That 4.7 Lamar Jackson against the New York Jets seems like a steal. I mean, I'm definitely gonna have some Lamar Jackson running this week at 4.7% ownership. That's very low for him. Make sure you hit the like button if you like the information you get in today's video. Comment your favorite player below for the main slate of this week. And subscribe to the channel. There's going to be a lot more videos coming out. It's just the first video. I'm just trying to get back into the flow of things here. So I'm sure there'll be a lot better videos in this one, but I think there is some pretty solid information in this video as well. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon so you get notifications of future videos that I make. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the actual video here. My first recommendation is going to be Jameis Winston. I know that Jameis Winston isn't the sexiest player at this point, but I think that he has a really good chance to do good this year, especially in the Week 1. He's playing against Atlanta. I mean, look at their versus quarterback, their 25th versus quarterback, 30th versus running back, 29th versus wide receiver. Jameis Winston has a really good chance to boom this week. And he's only 5.1% ownership. So let's say you have Jameis Winston, Michael Thomas, and Jarvis Landry. Jarvis Landry is only 1.2% owned. So, I mean, if them 3 guys go off together and you got a 5.1% ownership and a 1.2% ownership, I mean, you're going to be doing very well in a tournament. So this is going to be my #1 recommendation for this week of a player or a team to stack up, try to get leverage over the rest of the tournament. Here's a couple lineup ideas for it. And this first one is Jameis Winston, Jarvis Landry, Michael Thomas. Good setup. It allows you to get some expensive players in there like Mark Andrews and Christian McCaffrey. I really like Mark Andrews against the New York Jets. I mean, without Marquise Brown there, I mean, I would assume that they're going to send a lot of targets over Mark Andrews' way. And then we got Jameis Winston, Chris Olave, and Michael Thomas. That's a really good stack as well. Throw in some Kadarius Toney in both of them lineups. I'll have Kadarius Toney in a lot of lineups here because I just think that he's going to do really well this year. And Marquise Brown and Travis Kelce. We got both of them in that lineup there because that's the highest scoring game of the week. So you definitely got to have a piece of them games. I know I don't have them over here, but you kind of got to change it up sometimes. And I mean, if this game does happen to be a bust, then this first lineup over here will be that Arizona and Kansas City game. If it happens to not do very well, then if you don't have any players from it, then obviously that lineup's going to do good, that first one. But pretty solid lineups here. We'll go ahead and jump into the second player. We got Baker Mayfield. I know that's not the sexiest pick at all either, but I mean, for these tournament strategies, it's kind of what you got to do. You got to like find these players that nobody else is going to pick because it's not sexy, and it's just you just got to find these players that are going to do well, and they're not very high owned, and they're cheap because it allows you to stack up a whole bunch of expensive players. So we got Baker Mayfield at 3%. That's really low. If you throw in like Baker Mayfield, DJ Moore, and Robbie Anderson, you're going to have a really low stack. I mean, there's probably only 1% of people that'll have that stack. So if they happen to be the top stack of the week, you're going to be sitting at, the top 1% of the tournament. Also, I'm a Browns fan, so I kind of know a little bit about this. I know that we got rid of Baker Mayfield and took Deshaun Watson, and I know Baker Mayfield's probably got a chip on his shoulder, and he's probably ready to do well this week. I mean, I hope he doesn't. I think that we'll probably beat him pretty bad, but we'll see how that goes. You just never know. I think that there is a slight chance that Baker Mayfield could come out and throw 3 or 4 touchdowns on us. We haven't won a season opener. The Browns haven't won a season opener in probably the last 10 to 12 years. So I know how they play week 1, and they don't play very good week 1 usually. So I would definitely take a shot on Baker Mayfield. Here's some lineup ideas for it. Well, changing things around here. Some lineup ideas. We got Baker Mayfield, Christian McCaffrey, and DJ Moore. That's obviously a pretty solid lineup. Still get Travis Kelce and Rondale Moore in there with Jamar Chase and Kadarius Toney. I mean, that's a pretty solid lineup there. Second one here, Baker Mayfield, Robbie Anderson, and DJ Moore. That's going to be that low-owned lineup because it's got Baker Mayfield and Robbie Anderson both in it. Also allows you to put some pretty expensive players in there. Rashard Bateman, Travis Kelce, Toney, Barkley, Jonathan Taylor. It seems like a pretty solid lineup there. So it's kind of what you're doing, just trying to find some cheap, low-owned stacks where you can just like stack the rest of the lineup with all your favorite players in it. Because then if you do find one that actually hits, that lineup's going to be awesome because you got all these other good players in it as well. And for the third one, we got his projected ownership is 3.7%, which is very low for a rushing quarterback. I think he's going to do a lot better than people think he's going to do this year. This Patriots and Dolphins game, the over-under is actually pretty high on that, 46.5, and the Dolphins are favorites. I know that the Patriots do have pretty good defense. As it shows here, they're 4th against quarterbacks, 2nd against running backs, 1st against wide receivers. But it's the first game of the year. Anything can happen. I think Tua has a lot of upside, especially with Tyreek Hill coming to the team. I mean, he can throw some short passes to Tyreek that Tyreek could take all the way to the house. So I think this would definitely be a good stack here. You can do some Tyreek Hill with Chase Edmonds or Jalen Waddle with Tyreek Hill or however you want to do that. But here's some lineup ideas. We got Tua, Chase, and Tyreek. I mean, Chase Edmonds is a running back, yes, but he's also a pass-catching running back. So even like with Jameis Winston, the first lineup there, putting Alvin Kamara in there, he's a pass-catching back, so he could catch a touchdown or two. So do Chase Edmonds and Tyreek Hill for that first lineup, and it leaves a lot of room for a lot of good players, as you can see. Jonathan Taylor, Rondale Moore, Kadarius Toney, Travis Kelce, Saquon Barkley. I was able to get all my favorite players in there again. Same thing with Tua, Jalen Waddle, and Tyreek Hill. I don't know about playing Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill because I think one player is going to do good and the other player is probably not going to do that well. It's going to be one or the other. But I mean, you can always throw one in there because if they both do well, then Tua is going to do well as well. Because I mean, that's they're both wide receivers. For both of them to go off, Tua would need to throw quite a few touchdowns. So I mean, that's definitely a good stack to look at as well. Throwing Darren Waller in there in that lineup because obviously Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill are a little bit more expensive. So we put in Darren Waller. I don't know about Darren Waller this year because having Devontae Adams, I think that might kind of hold back Darren Waller from having too big of a season this year. But that's pretty much it for this video. Make sure you hit that like button. Comment your favorite player of this week's slate, the main slate, in the comment section below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. hit the notification bell icon so that you can get notified when I make future videos. Good luck to everybody this week, and I'll be making another video here in a couple days. Have a good one.